My question is for the government representative in the Senate, Senator Gold. Yesterday, I had the pleasure of meeting with representatives of the YWCA from my region of Atlantic Canada. The YWCA, as you know, is dedicated, among the many things it's dedicated to doing, to ensuring that provision of housing solutions that meet the needs of women, gender-diverse peoples, and their families. Our guests cited several troubling statistics about the gendered housing crisis, and they brought those to my attention. For example, 1 in 4 women-led single-parent households live in unsuitable, inadequate, or unaffordable housing. Also, women and gender-diverse people are more likely to experience hidden forms of homelessness, such as couch surfing or staying with friends and family, meaning that the full scale of the gendered housing crisis is not fully understood. Senator Gold, will the government heed the call of the YWCA and increase funding under the National Housing Strategy through a grants-based system to fully fund shelter, transitional housing, and permanent affordable housing specifically dedicated to women and gender-diverse people?
Senator Gold.
Thank the honourable senator for the question. Not every home is a safe home. And the pandemic has only intensified this very sad and altogether too often tragic truth. And that's why the government took action, swift action, to support women and children fleeing violence by providing $100 million to women's shelters, sexual assault centers, and other gender-based violence support organizations across the country. As well, the importance of transitional housing cannot be overstated. The government has made sure that through the National Housing Strategy, 25% of this 10-year, $70 billion plan is being dedicated to women and children. That means at least 7,000 spaces that will be created or repaired for survivors of family violence. And as well, in March of this year, $30 million was announced to build 116 new affordable housing units in Regina, 39 specifically designated for women and children fleeing domestic violence. Half of those 39 are second-stage transitional housing. The government will continue to evaluate further emerging needs in terms of financing.
Senator Coyle, supplementary.
Thank you very much, and I look forward to hearing anything more you have to say about that. Our guest also informed me that the YWCA has asked the government to develop a national definition of homelessness, and one that reflects the unique causes, conditions, and experiences of homelessness for women, girls, and gender-diverse people. Senator Gold, can you tell us if the government will commit to developing a national definition of homelessness, and one which includes this important gender dimension?
Senator Gold.
Well, all the government's work in this area is taking into account the diversity of needs and the diversity of the profiles of those in need of this. That said, through the government's initiative entitled Reaching Home, Canada's Homelessness Strategy, the government is supporting the most vulnerable Canadians in maintaining safe, stable, and affordable housing, and also, of course, to try to reduce chronic homelessness. The government acknowledges that homelessness has an impact in every community in Canada. It affects individuals, it affects families, women fleeing domestic violence, youth, seniors, veterans, peoples with disabilities. No one escapes. So this initiative, Reaching Home, continues to support efforts to increase the understanding of homelessness in Canada and to ensure that communities have the information and tools they need to prevent and reduce homelessness. And this is a first step towards raising the issue, not only at the federal level, but at all levels of society.
Senator